Hello everyone, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news.
Wow, this is interesting. The federal government has selected five witnesses to testify against the detained publisher and activist Omoyele Sowore. The trial is scheduled to begin on Tuesday. The witnesses include investigation officers and banking officials. They are to give statements on Mr. Showore's alleged treasonable offenses instigated through the #RevolutionNow protest. Premium Times reports that the witnesses include Paul Clements, Moses Amadi, Siri Odon, and Paul Okafor. The investigative officers would reveal how Sowore allegedly mobilized youth across the country to embark on a revolution that will see to the end of the democratically elected administration. Two banking officials with the GTB and the UBA will also speak on how Mr. Showore's banking statements with the various banks were created. Last Friday, the federal government filed a 7-count charge against him, accusing him of treason, fraudulent transfer of funds, cyber stalking, dissemination of inciting media content, and insulting President Muhammadu Buhari. Meanwhile, the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has written an open letter to Mr. Abubakar Malami, SAN, Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, urging him to enter a null prosecute and discontinue the prosecution. In the letter dated 21st September 2019 and signed by SERAP Deputy Director Kolawole Oluwadare, the group said Showore's case and several similar cases instigated brought by state governors make a hideous mockery of Nigeria's criminal justice system, rule of law, freedom of expression, and media freedom. These cases are persecution and not prosecution. As guardian of the public interest, you have a role to end the travesty now and to maintain the sanctity and integrity of Nigeria's justice system. Wow. The cases set a dangerous precedent for the misuse and subversion of the justice system, which may lead to the politicization of the judiciary. This will be bad for everyone, ordinary citizens, journalists, and even the politicians in power, as they may themselves become targets of these repressive and abusive tactics when they are out of power or in opposition. While the Nigerian government has a responsibility to prevent and prosecute criminal offenses, it ought to do it lawfully and in full compliance with human rights and the rule of law. Exercising your constitutional independence and discretion to withdraw these kinds of charges would meet the test of reasonableness, demands of justice, and, as noted, serve the public interest. Laws against terrorism and money laundering should be properly used and not to undermine critical voices, activists, and the media. Invoking the charges of treasonable felony to unjustifiably or arbitrarily restrict the right to freedom of opinion and expression would minimize the seriousness with which our laws traditionally treat such offenses and undermine the essence of the criminal justice system and the rule of law. If not urgently addressed, the misuse of the criminal justice system and politicization of Nigeria's judiciary will jeopardize the independence of the judiciary and the rule of law and lower the public estimation of the ability of our justice system to serve as the last hope of justice for desperate victims. Unless these bogus charges are immediately withdrawn, there is a danger in the public interest represented by the courts, and that represented by your role might part company. In fact, the whole thing every day is like the federal government is just struggling day by day to just look for something to nail Sowore. As somebody has said that this charges is a dead on arrival. Somebody was saying is these charges against him, most especially when they included that the issue of insults. It's really terrible. That is to tell you that they are just looking for things to be able to, a substantial evidence against him. But just like we have said, We have not even heard from the lawyers, Sowore's lawyers, to know what they are going to talk about. Of course, they will not come on the pages of newspapers to come and let us know what they are doing underground. But at the end of the day, I think when the whole thing, when they must have done their own work, they must have dotted their I and crossed their T's, then we will be able to know what they have been doing in the background. But as it is now, the federal government is just still coming up with people that are going to be testifying. They have their list, UBA, GTB on list as Nigerian. The federal government files witnesses, and let's see how all of those will turn out at the end of the day. And people are still on the verge that Sowore should be released. Sowore should be released with immediate effect. One thing is certain, and it is open to everybody: the federal government, is economical with the truth. They are just economical with the truth, and in overall, you could see that they are just trying to silence people. They are just trying to make sure that people are not bold enough to speak, and it has been affecting a lot of us. It has been affecting people. It is in the air. There is fear all over the place. I heard when Shehu Sani was talking about there's fear, there's this intimidation, in the atmosphere. Everybody's just afraid. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to speak anything. And now there's this sarcasm that I don't want to insult the president. So if you insult the president, you go to jail. You can imagine that kind of a thing. It has gotten to that extent. We have been degraded to that level. We've been struggling on how the federal government, the government can, be obeying the rule of law. But day by day, everything is just retrogressing when it comes to the rule of law. Even the international communities, they've said all manner of things. They've assessed the whole thing. They've given their reports. Yet the federal government is telling them, you know nothing. That what you are trying to paint is not the reality on ground. And what is the reality on ground that everybody can see? Just like I said, they are just being economical with the truth, and we don't know where and how long all of this will take us to. And most importantly, just like Sarah has said, it's going to affect them in one way or the other. By the time you are no longer in the power, they are no longer in power, it's going to affect you. You would think you are going to be there forever. And that is what these people don't really get. They will always think that, even if I'm not in power, must have stationed, must have planted a lot of people to work in my favor. But it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It's like when they are in that position, they tend to forget a lot of things. They tend to get carried away with that power. They tend to feel that, they can do and undo. But it goes beyond that. People that were there before now, they are now ordinary people. They are now ordinary people. They cannot make decisions. Those decisions that they have made before now, what happened to them? Nothing. So it's unfortunate that they don't really learn. They don't really learn. I think that is a black man for you, because they don't even see beyond their tenure. They don't do things beyond their tenure, and that's why most of our plans is just always around the time they are going to be serving as a political leader in one way or the other. Every of their plans, they don't just project, it's going to be like that. Even if when I'm not going to be there again, even when I'm not going to be in position of power, these are the things that are supposed to be on ground. That even when I'm not there, I will still be benefiting. But the only thing they always think about themselves, their cronies and their political friends and their immediate family. Those are the things that they are always projecting, and they will tell you they have plans. They will come and read all manner of a speech, all manner of plans, beautiful plans. They are always having beautiful plans, but to bring it, to put it to test, to put it, to make it a real, that is where we always have problem. If anybody says these people don't know what is obtainable, it's not true. They know what is happening, but because of their selfish interest, they don't just want to do things. They try to think awkwardly. Because of what? Because of greed. Because of what? Because of money. Because of power. It's very, very unfortunate. And these are the so elderly people. What legacy? What are the things that they are teaching the younger ones? Yet they will be blaming the youth. They will be blaming the youth. The youth are not serious. The youth are not doing this. And you that are there, you are not giving a good example. You are not a good example to the youth. And that's why you see that the youths are just misbehaving. They just do what they want to do. And at the end of the day, you'll be blaming them. What have you done? If you have done the needful, of course, a parent who, decided not to train his children, how do you want the children to cope? How do you want the children to be better people? No, because you've given them nothing. You just want them to just behave the right way when you have not been nurturing them while they were small. It's the same thing. The youth are there. They are seeing you. They are seeing your extravagant life. They are seeing the way you are doing things. They are seeing the way you are modeling up things, and yet you expect them to behave very well. It's not going to be very, very difficult. So let us continue to see what they are going to, where is everything is going to end concerning this Sowore case. Just like they said, they have a witnesses that they have put on the list. So guys, I would like to hear from you what you think about all of these things and where all of this will lead to, and what you think that the Sowore's lawyers are really doing at the background, what you think they could be doing, whether it is a good case for them. Please leave your comments below in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye.